before I do that, I just was listening to the conversation that Sophia and mamading were having, and I think it's absolutely imperative that we value each other. Okay, it's not about writing about each other. It's not even about recording this kind of thing. It's about pointing to another person and going, they are the business. Okay, now I think that I'm actually on the money. Okay, the problem is that nobody talks to me as if I'm the money, and nobody supports me as if I'm the money. They want to run around, kind of think about this, that, and the next thing. And they're putting a lot of kind of time and effort into kind of ideas or trademark things or whatever. But really, it just comes down to people. And if a whole bunch of people started going, you know, mamading is the man, okay, that's how that's his marketing strategy. Okay, that's his website, that's his promotion, that's his PR. It's just a bunch of people going, mamading, oh no, he's the business. Okay, and actually, if you are a company and you want to kind of know stuff, you know, what's on the edge, and also a bigger picture, how it fits into a bigger picture, and have precision about something, some extent about programming and so on and so forth, so that the design of the company, what's it called, the business plan, is actually well situated. Mamading's the guy. Mamading's the business. All right, mamading is the business. Okay, Sophia, when she does her things, I've only seen a little bit of it. When she does her things, effectively it's integrated in her. She carries the thing. She does the audience integration, audience participation, I was about to say courting, but you know, the holding of the audience and focus and playing around with people's attention. She uses various techniques, okay, and we can name those, but who cares? Really? Because she's the business. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, and if we kind of like just did that exclusively, we didn't pass business card, that was kind of pap, and it's kind of recommendation, but like multiplied, then I think we'd be okay. So for example, regarding money, although, for example, I was listening to mamading, although people have got lots of ideas, the trick is to go, no, it's simply this. And that's what I do. I just go, no, it's simply this. I don't go lower into more detail. I don't go outwards into more about the context. It's just very simple. Okay, and when I do that with a bunch of kids, it works. Okay, I point to the thing that they need to know to be able to do the exam, or to understand a specific concept, or to get us out of this problem, you know, social dynamics. And it works. Okay, now the problem is that people just run around all over the shop. I mean, all over the friggin' shop. So the trick is to go, oh, that's what I do. I just go, that's it. And people go, that's it. And that's it. You hold on to, that's it. It's simple. And rather than kind of complicate things and actually store in our minds all the kind of possible thoughts and the meanings and try to understand it, you just go, that person's got it. It's kind of like that. Do you see how it kind of fits together with the idea you just recommend a person? So there are certain things, if I was talking to somebody, I'd go, I don't really know, but mamading's got it. Regarding this, mamading's got this. All right, he's got a good beat on it. Fine. Well, regarding that, Sophia can do that. You know, about event management and getting it sorted, but not just management. You know, it's not management. God, I used the word. Sorry, Sophia. All right, but she's got it. And Tav regarding certain visiony things, certain levels of kind of visionary, kind of like platformy kind of, he's got it. All right, keep on bumping into things ever so often, going, oh yeah, that's what Tav's been trying to do. I think he's got it. Okay, so I can't emphasize that enough. Huge advert. There you have it. What time is it now? 4 minutes, right? Nobody's paying attention to this. Second thing, there I am, wandering around, trying to do this macro pattern, which going into places and just speaking to people. And I think it's really on the edge stuff. I was sitting there sleeping away, waking up, and I was thinking, it's like that guy who did the documentary, and he'd go into places and try to speak to people at the top. Okay, it made a big furore at the time. It was very unusual that a guy could just do that. But he had a bit of backup, he had a bit of support. Can't remember the guy's name. Do you know the guy's name? Can you remember the guy's name? You know, he was the first one documentary bod to go into places. Michael Moore. And I was like, well, I'm kind of doing that, but really at the bottom, below that, way below that. But my interaction is really fresh with people. I thought, how do I capture that? And it's really good stuff. But the stuff that I write in blogs, nobody's following it. It's the best material. It is the best material because it really is happening. Okay? It's really happening. It's really on the edge stuff. But of course, if there were 10,000 people watching, they'd go, wow, it's like really on the edge stuff. That's crazy. And it would be kind of inspiring that nobody can do something like this. But no, nobody's paying the blindest bit of attention. Nothing's going to happen. Also, the size of machinery. The size of machinery. And what I was thinking with these huge companies, and I was thinking it was going to be easier to do this micropatronage for the simple fact that I thought they'd be here in London. They're not. Small companies, you can walk into and go, hello. And you can actually speak to the managing director because they're not used to people just walking in and saying hello. Okay, so there's a bit of a kind of like, oh. But with regarding the massive ones, they're in another country. Absolute is in Sweden. It's simple as that. And it's owned by a bigger company. And guess where they are? France. Parent company's in France. So you're like, okay. And then you've got Shivas Brothers that are in London. And they're a representative of something, but I don't know what. I think it could be a brother, sister company too. But in order to physically speak to a person, you have to have the money to go off to Sweden or something. Unless there was somebody in Sweden. Oh, I thought that. That was working at the bottom up as well. But I don't know people in Sweden. I know one person in Sweden. Anders. Perhaps Anders would be interested in this, but he's not. He's doing his thing. And so there's so many people all over the world doing their thing in the ground, grassroots up, but we're not actually doing it kind of concerted together. Again, we recommend the people. So maybe it's Anders. Maybe. Okay, I'll check that out. Thanks. Okay, I'll check that out. Okay, but it's only if you kind of recommend. Anyway, they're huge. These organisations are huge. And also, the generals, it's like the old armies. The generals are miles away from the front edge. It's like the First World War. What's going on in business just now is like the First World War. Okay, there are people on the front lines just getting mashed. They are spending all of their time, all of their efforts, most of their lives just working. For what? Alright, they're missing the opportunity to be with their children. They're missing the opportunity of breathing the friggin' air, swimming in the sea, just living. Alright? And it's kind of like that. The war, people were just like dying. Alright? They were spending all their time, front line, dying. Okay. Meanwhile, the generals somewhere, were just going like that. It's quite like that. So the massive corporations are like that. Okay, people are making decisions somewhere like that, and it's having consequences to all of us at the front line, front edge. Yeah, okay, within the company, and obviously other people, right? But then you've got a lot of these small companies, and they're kind of running around. Don't quite know what they're like. They're not like armies, but they're kind of in between. These small little groups kind of running around, kind of skirmishing. Okay, the trick is what we're trying to do, as far as I can understand, there's a potential to self-organise this like skirmishing like groups, small companies, so on and so forth. But they're not very good at it. And also, they're all running around trying to get the money from the big companies. If they make a deal with a big company, they've just made it for life. Okay, this is exactly what startups do. If they get the big money from the big guys, they've made it. No, that's not what we should be doing. Okay, and the last little bit, and it's getting to the quango notion. Oh, good, 28. Quango notion is, it looks as if, therefore, the big guys are in charge, as always. Okay, apart from this thing that happens in business, which is just interesting, and I think it's called quangos, and I just wanted to verify because Mamading's the man. What happens is some people get together, even though they don't have the money, and they buy a huge company. And then they fiddle about with the company a bit, and then they sell the company for a profit. And I don't know if that's a quango, maybe not, but it's that's the word that came to it. So that means that smaller individuals could buy bigger ones, i.e. smaller companies could buy bigger ones. That's true. That seems to happen. Now that's an interesting phenomenon that's occurred over the 90s, actually, quite a lot, and 2000s, whatever, where they do that. They get the funding from this person, funding from that, funding from this, collect this huge amount of money, buy an absolutely huge company, and then of course they have to do something, and then sell this huge company, and then you distribute the money again. That's what they do. Of course, they have left the company in a worse state, potentially. But it's almost like buying a house. You know, you put the money together, you buy this huge house, and then, a year later, 2 years, you sell it, and it's gone up like, 20% or 10%, or it used to. And that's what they're doing with companies. And I just wanted to find out if that was the correct word. And why am I saying this? I don't really know. Oh, right. I think my ideas about money and how it flows and so on and so forth are interesting. They're very stupid, innocent, silly, naive, I think perceptive. But that's only for you, about 4 people perhaps. Look at this. You can tell. Oh!